Hello and welcome to another episode of What's Inside. Today we're looking at a Cthulhu Wars Dreamlands Underworld Monster Pack. It's an expansion for Cthulhu Wars by Petersen Games. This one contains 3 loyalty cards, 4 gas, 3 Leng spiders, and 2 gugs. So let's see what's inside here and see what we got. This is part of my buddy Wyatt's collection of Cthulhu Wars stuff. He just got his Kickstarter stuff in the mail and he was awesome enough to let me open it. So let's see what these guys look like. This box got banged up quite a bit. Since the plastic was still intact, I have to assume it happened at the factory, but this did not. So you can see where this punctured through. So whoever shipped these did an awful job of putting them in this one heavy box, which if you watch the opening I did with all the stretch goals and everything, all of that plus all the Kickstarter stuff was all in one box. Some of the episodes I did previously, the episodes before Rocket Jockey, those were in a separate box, but there were about 12 videos worth of stuff here that were all just jammed in one big heavy box, and this is the result of that. This is what happens when you don't package things well. And there were 3 little things of paper in there. Terrible packing job. Otherwise, I'm a big fan of Petersen Games. Not their packing ability, but the games themselves. So you can see how this is torn up here. And, yeah, so the box has been crushed a little bit. Probably from the map box being next to it and sliding around. Because the box full of maps, if you didn't watch the episode where we opened the Kickstarter stuff, I recommend it, because those maps were probably 10 pounds. And this is a box of minis that was sitting right next to it. And of course it's got crush damage. So hopefully nothing got damaged in that. And I don't know how to open this without tearing anything, because the lip is torn. There we go. So let's hope for the best, because the minis were moved around too. So let's see what we got here. Ah, new plastic smell. Alright, so unlike other times, these minis are just loose up in here. Yeah, I'll tell you, there's a few things that have disappointed me with this new Cthulhu Wars stuff. And so it's mostly related to packaging. The amount of money these things cost. I'm going to go on a little rant here. I mean, this box is $25. And it took almost a year and a half to get this stuff, I think. And they couldn't even bother to put these in a plastic bag. Really? If you saw the other one I did with the stretch goal stuff, all the glow-in-the-dark exclusives were just in a big like Ziploc baggie, except for 3 of them. Or 4, because 2 were in one little box. That's awful. And the most breakable one, the black goat, was jammed in the plastic bag. And this is just another sign of laziness here. This is just, I don't know who did it, but it's poor packaging. And it really irritates me because this stuff is expensive and sometimes very hard to find, and you have to go to a lot of effort to get it for your collection. And of course you want to support the company, and I like Petersen Games a lot, but this is just, no wonder this guy was bounced all the way over here. The minis look really cool though. Pretty scary looking dude. He's got like just his ribs showing. Let me zoom in a little bit and we'll get a better look. So there's yeah, it looks like a bear. Pretty scary looking dude. So there's 2 of them. And yeah, see, what really irritates me about this, and I hate to keep going on, is they just jammed the regular minis in with one of the spiders. So there were 3 guys in here, and this guy is taped down. Like a plastic bag was too difficult? Seriously. So there's, looks like 4 of these guys, and we got 3 of those spiders. So the Leng spiders look really cool. Nice heavy weight. Thankfully these aren't hard plastic, this is vinyl. So not too worried about those breaking. They're flexible. So yeah, they look really cool. The sculpts look great. I have no complaints about that. Packaging, yeah, I have a lot of complaints about their packaging. They got real slack somewhere between the previous ones that we opened and these. Because just jamming these in here like that, honestly, that's a little pathetic. But yeah, this guy looks pretty cool. The spiders look cool. Yeah, overall, minis look really solid. So, pretty happy with that. Let's take a look at these neutral monster cards and round this one out. Rah! Okay, sorry. But yeah, I think I can focus that a little bit better on these guys. So yeah, minis look really cool. But let's get to the cards. Thankfully, these were not damaged by the box being crushed. At least it doesn't look like it. That's the only thing I was worried about, is the crush damage. Looked like it might screw up the cards. But they appear just to have some minor scuffing at the top. So let's get these guys out of the way. And we've got neutral monsters. I'll let you look at one while I'm reading this. You can purchase the ability to summon a neutral monster during the Doom phase. You may only earn one neutral monster type per Doom phase. However, there is no total limit as to how many neutral monster loyalty cards you obtain. When it is your turn to perform a Ritual of Annihilation, simply lower your Doom by 2 points. You may still perform a ritual if you wish. When you spend the Doom points, choose a neutral monster loyalty card from among those available and place it by your faction card, adding the figures into your pool. When you take the card, you usually get a free monster that can be placed immediately. Once you earn a neutral monster loyalty card, you keep it for the rest of the game. From then on, only you may summon and control its associated neutral monsters. So up first we've got the Ghast. Paid 2 Doom to obtain this loyalty card, plus place all 4 Ghasts at your controlled gates. Gate or gates. That's pretty cool. Cost 2, combat 0. Hordeling, ongoing. When you spend 2 power to summon Ghasts, all Ghasts in your pool are immediately placed on the map at any gates you control. So they're pointless in combat, but you get 4 of them when you pay 2. Alright, Gug, who's this bad boy right here. Pay 2 Doom to obtain this loyalty card, plus place 1 Gug at your controlled gate. Cost 1, combat 3. Clumsy, ongoing. A Gug cannot capture a cultist. This ability is not optional. Combat value of 3 is pretty solid. The Lang Spiders. Ooh. Pay 2 Doom to obtain this loyalty card, plus place 1 Lang Spider at your controlled gate. Cost of 2, combat 1. Bloodthirst, post-battle. If a Lang Spider is involved in a battle, you may exchange 2 pain results for a kill before results are assigned. You may do this once per Lang Spider in the battle. Each use of this ability can either apply to your own results or your opponent's. So that's pretty interesting. So in review, the minis are awesome. The cards are decent quality like you'd expect. They're nice heavy sculpts, really well done. The Ghasts look really cool. I am really disappointed about the way they packaged these. I think it was lazy and poorly thought out. I understand what they were trying to do was to save space, but jamming a bunch of figures in here like that's just lazy, and it's cheap. Like, pay the extra penny for a Ziploc baggie to put them in. That's usually what you did with the other ones. I don't know why you cheaped out on here, especially because when I first saw this and I saw this guy impaled on this spider claw here, I was worried that these were damaged. So instead it's just the way they packaged him, where he was just wedged in there. And quite honestly, it looks unprofessional and lazy. And I expect better out of Petersen Games, honestly. So that's really gonna do it for this one. We've seen what's inside, and found the packaging to be slightly annoying. But that's the second time that I've seen that, to where it annoyed me. And the first time was, of course, with those Kickstarter things. But by and large, I do like Petersen Games and the products they put out. They do put out some high quality stuff, but I have noticed some corners being cut, and I don't care for that too much. Just be consistent, that's all I ask. The damaged box, it happens. I would have preferred to have one that wasn't damaged, obviously, but you know, what are you going to do? But that's the Dreamlands Underworld Monster Pack. It's an expansion. You do, of course, need the core game to play. And Cthulhu Wars is an expensive game. It costs about $200 for the core game. And this will run you at least $25, probably more for a while. It depends on if they ever reprint these. A lot of people did buy the Kickstarter stuff, so you can expect to pay a little bit more for them, but they will be out there in the ether on eBay and whatnot, and probably from Petersen Games. Hopefully they keep these in stock and printed. But yeah, definitely keep an eye out for it. The minis look great, especially if you're into painting. There's lots of detail to put on them, so they'll make great display pieces or game pieces. But that'll do it for this episode. As always, thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that happy stuff, and hopefully we'll see you on the next episode of What's Inside.